Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of the Defenders of India series. My name is Sharma. All Indians know some of the names of the great defenders of India and some of the great defenders of Dharma. Guru Gobind Singh, namely Chhatrapati Shivaji, Maharana Pratap. But there's another defender of India and a protector of Dharma whose name is unfortunately not as well known as it should be. And I truly believe that it should be as well known as those other three names I previously mentioned are. His name is Lachit Borphukan of the great Ahom kingdom. He's a person that every Indian should learn about and cherish the same way that Shivaji, Maharana Pratap and Guru Gobind Singh are. Lachit Borphukan was a great general of the Ahom Army who once and for all ended the Mughal hold over Assam. Borphukan was one of the 5 Patra Mantris or councillors in the Ahom kingdom, a position that was created by the Ahom king Pratap Singh. He was trained in the military arts from a young age and he held various posts of eminence such as the superintendent of the royal horses or Ghoda Barua, commander of the strategic Simulgarh fort and superintendent of the royal household guards or Dola Kashariya Barua, assisting the Ahom king. He was given the responsibility of serving as the Soladhar Barua of the Ahom Swargadev. The valiant Ahoms had successfully defended frequent attacks on their homeland from the time of Muhammad Ghori on no less than 17 invasions. Dissensions among the Ahoms, however, allowed the Mughals to capitalize and capture parts of Assam, including Guwahati. Under the humiliating treaty of Saraighat in 1663, Jayadhwaj Singh had to send one of his daughters to the imperial Mughal harem, a disgusting tradition that the Mughals had. He also had to supply 90 elephants, 300,000 tolas of silver, and cede the entire region to the west of Bareilly River on the north bank of Brahmaputra and Kalang to the Mughals. Jayadhwaj died soon after, heartbroken at the humiliation he suffered. His successor, King Chakradhwaj Singh, selected Lachit Borphukan to lead the forces of the Ahom kingdom to liberate Guwahati from Mughal occupation. During the time when Chakradhwaj Singh decided to rescue Guwahati from Mughal hands, the Mughal Empire was at its most powerful under Aurangzeb, who was a religious zealot and a bigot who was known for brutally suppressing revolts and smaller kingdoms and Hindus across the country. Paradoxically as well, due to his bigotry, the seeds of the empire's destruction were also sown during his reign. The Mughal Empire crumbled soon after Aurangzeb's death. The Ahom king presented Lachit with a gold-hafted sword called Hengdang and the customary paraphernalia of distinction. Lachit raised the army and preparations were completed by the summer of 1667. And this is when Lachit first came into prominence, when he recovered Guwahati from the Mughals in 1667. The Ahoms surprised the Mughals with their guerrilla tactics and forced them out of Guwahati. Lachit, however, would truly come to be known due to his valor, his bravery and his sacrifice in the Battle of Saraighat, one of the worst defeats that the Mughal army would ever face. After being defeated by Lachit and his forces, the angry Aurangzeb sent the Mughal army under Ram Singh I to retake Guwahati. His giant army consisted of 30,000 infantry, 15,000 archers, 18,000 Turkish cavalry, 5,000 gunners and over 1,000 cannons, beside a large flotilla of boats. The Ahoms very smartly used guerrilla warfare and a very clever choice of terrain to attain victory over a larger and a much better equipped Mughal army. Lachit chose the hilly terrain of Guwahati for the battle because he knew it would give the Ahom army an advantage. Lachit also realized that the Mughal army's weakest point was the navy, and that is why he chose Saraighat, where the Brahmaputra was at its narrowest point, just a width of 1 kilometer, as the point for naval defense. And thus Ram Singh, the Mughal commander-in-chief, failed to make any advance against the Ahom army during the first phase of the war. And because Ram Singh was stuck, he decided to try some dirty tactics. So what he did was he fired an arrow which had a letter attached to it to the Ahom camp. And in the letter it said that Lachit had accepted a significant amount of money from Ram Singh and from the Mughal emperor and thus had decided to surrender. This letter somehow made its way to the Ahom king, who started doubting Lachit's loyalty, but thankfully he was convinced by the Ahom prime minister that Lachit's loyalty was something that really shouldn't be doubted, and he was completely committed to winning the battle against the Mughals. The Ahom king was convinced, but he still insisted that Lachit come out of his defenses and engage the Mughals in battle on open ground. Despite Lachit's objections to such a suicidal move, Lachit was forced to follow the orders of the king. He came out of his defenses onto the Alaboi plains to attack the Mughal army in the open. This was the fourth phase of the battle, and it did prove to be a disastrous decision as the Ahoms took heavy losses. Not only that, during this time Lachit also fell seriously ill and the Ahom soldiers began to lose their will to fight. Though Lachit was seriously ill, he decided to keep on fighting. He boarded a boat and with 7 boats advanced against the Mughal fleet. He told the soldiers, "If you want to flee, flee. The king has given me a task here and I will do it well. Let the Mughals take me away. You report to the king that his general fought well following his orders." His soldiers, hearing Lachit's speech, rallied and a desperate battle ensued on the banks of the river Brahmaputra. Lachit's re-entry had an electrifying effect on the Ahom army and they attacked the Mughals from all sides with absolutely no fear of death. The Mughals were very surprised by this all-out attack and thus were completely routed and took heavy losses and were forced to retreat from Guwahati. The Mughal commander-in-chief, acknowledging his defeat by the Ahom soldiers and their commander-in-chief Lachit Borphukan, wrote back to Aurangzeb, "Glory to the king, glory to the councillors, glory to the commanders, glory to the country. One single individual leads all the forces. Even I, Ram Singh, being personally on the spot, have not been able to find any loophole and an opportunity." Thus Lachit, through his sheer power of will, his cunning, his bravery and his sacrifice, was able to defeat the mighty Mughal Empire and completely rout them and remove them from Assam. However, sadly, Lachit died soon after the Battle of Saraighat. And in recognition of Lachit Borphukan's bravery and his skill, the best passing out cadet at the National Defence Academy in India is awarded the Lachit Borphukan Gold Medal. This is one of the greatest generals of medieval India and a great defender of India and a great defender of Dharma. This is somebody who's known, should be known to every single man, woman and child of Indian origin, and it should be taught to all children in all households and should be known just the way the names of Shivaji, the names of Maharana Pratap, the names of Banda Bahadur and Guru Gobind Singh are known across India as well. Again guys, thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please let me know what you thought about the great General Lachit Borphukan in the comment sections down below. Let me know what you thought about today's episode as well. If you enjoyed today's episode, give this episode a thumbs up, leave this episode a like, it helps me out, it helps the channel out. Also, you can suggest in the comment section below or on my Twitter and Facebook. You can find the links in the description below. You can suggest which king or which great warrior and defender of India you'd like me to do a video on next. Also guys, quick announcement, I will be talking on the sessions with Sham to Jeremy, who is also known as the professor from the YouTube channel Movie Community College, this coming Friday. It will be at 9 o'clock American time and at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday Indian time. So please make sure, if you are able to come and join me and Jeremy live. I really look forward to talking to him. Again guys, if you enjoy what we do here on the Sham Sharma Show, make sure to subscribe to the show's channel down below or right over here. I will see you for the next episode, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.